Welcome back to Bold of You to Say. We're back with another episode. You don't hear screaming right now, and that's because Gavin is no longer with us. He is... that came out wrong. He's not dead. He just is not present for this recording. And you know what that means?
It's gamer times.
Gamer news. We talked about the Game Awards, a little jokester crashed the thing. We got a new Fortnite season. Make Doom Guy's ass juicy again. That is my that is my platform. That's my policy platform that I'm running on. Jake went to MFF. It was good. It was fun. Keep listening to hear more about it. There are timestamps in the description, so you can skip around if you want. If you want to skip a certain part, or you're just going to get to a certain part, leave a review on the stuff, like and subscribe, comment only if it's nice, okay? Follow me on social media. Don't follow Gavin anywhere. Follow Jake everywhere, including home. Don't follow me home because it's kind of a mess. I haven't tidied up, and I'm kind of embarrassed to have company over when it's not tidy. You know how it is. Anyway. Like, subscribe, comment, turn on notifications for new episodes, turn on automatic downloads, subscribe to the Clips channel, the link is in the description, and let's jump into it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are all domestic terrorists.
Yeah. So, the Gamer Awards just happened, and I would like to thank the Academy for voting me coolest gamer. It was a tough competition, but we pulled through.
I thought Bill Clinton won. What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, I dedicated it to him, but
right.
But really, it's mine. Okay.
Oh, right, gotcha.
It's going on my shelf.
Understandable.
It's gonna have a little sticky note that says, "This award is dedicated to, but not awarded to." Keep that in mind. It's dedicated to my Reformed Orthodox Rabbi Bill Clinton. So yeah, first of all, I get that kid has a history of trolling. I get he's, in and of itself, it is funny just to like crash an event like that, especially the game of the year, and just somehow sneak up on stage and say something goofy. But like it feels like it was supposed to be anti-Semitic, but like there's nothing really there. Like I saw someone else's coverage of it, and they said like it seemed like he forgot what he was going to say, and so he just like filled in like he just mad-libbed it.
Right.
Like my Reformed Orthodox Rabbi Bill Clinton. I don't know what is that? I don't know. Especially with the whole Kanye stuff going on, like I feel like mentioning Jews at all is just kind of dicey.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess the kid himself is Jewish, so I don't know.
Right. Yeah, I will say he at least didn't interrupt, the actual Game Awards, like, speech, like them going on there and speaking.
Yeah.
He at least had enough respect to do that.
Yeah, I as far as like crashing events goes, I think that was a pretty tasteful. Yeah, it was pretty tame, pretty tasteful. I think it just is funny in my opinion to do that.
Right,
but like on a serious note,
not like,
where is the security?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, like they just let him up. He just went up there and did it.
Yeah, I'm just kind of making the choice not to worry about that and just go along with it's pretty funny that someone was able to do that. Like you could see, like I was watching Hassan Piker's coverage of it, and he was like, wait, he just walked, he wasn't even with them, he wasn't even seated near them.
He just walked up.
Yeah, like it's like how they don't card you at Olive Garden, in my experience, if you just dress nice and say yes to the wine samples with enough confidence.
That'll still be probably one of my favorite stories from you.
Yeah, no, that's great. That was awesome.
And then the fact that you said, "Oh yeah, we're going to snow coming," just the sheer dread on the waiter's face, just like, "Oh shit."
Yeah, I didn't even mean to turn the tables or anything. I was just Too honest. But it's like, what are you gonna do at that point? What are you gonna tell on me? I'll fucking tell on you. But yeah, goofy prankster. Free my man. He did nothing wrong. Not that he needs to be. I guess he was arrested. I don't. Is he gonna be charged with anything? Do you know?
I have no idea.
I don't know. If he does get charged with something, I'm gonna say free my man. He did nothing wrong. I'm just gonna give a preemptive free my man. But anyway, I guess the other stuff happened too. Like some games got awarded with stuff.
Yeah. I can pull up the list of like awards if you want me to.
We can only let's just hit the important ones. Well, like Elden Ring won Game of the Year. If you care about that, I never got around to playing it, but it's supposed to be good. God of War, the new one was a contender. That one's also supposed to be good. If you're upset that one of them won or the one lost,
who cares? It's all rigged anyways.
Yeah, like you can still play the game.
Just like the election. Okay.
Yeah, no, we need to march to the Capitol and we need to install God of War Ragnarok as the rightful president of the United States. YouTube, please don't flag me for that. I can't, not again.
For legal reasons, this is a joke.
Yeah, for legal reasons, I only ironically want God of War Ragnarok to be installed as the United States president.
For legal reasons, it's just a prank, bro.
Yeah, but no, people are like upset and they're like, oh, fuck you, I'm gonna send death threats to someone. And it's like, you're still allowed to play the game that you like. It's not like we voted this the only video game. Mm-hmm. People are just weird about awards.
Stray was on there, which was good.
What was?
Stray was on the list for nominees for Game of the Year.
Yeah, I still got to get around
Xenoblade
to
Chronicles 3, which is surprising, but also good for Xenoblade fans.
Yeah. Yeah, I still got to get around to Stray. I have it installed on my Steam Deck. I've had it installed since like October. I just have not gotten to it.
You should just play it. It's very short from what I remember.
I should. I really should.
Stray is only 5 hours long.
Yeah, all right. Well, I'm going to go and play that. Anyway.
Just the end of bold of you to say. Just ends the episode's right there.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for watching.
I'm gonna go play Stray. I hear it was
thanks
nominated
for listening. I'm gonna go play Stray. Follow me on my Twitch and you can watch me play Stray right now.
Yeah, with no commentary or anything because I'm just trying to absorb the story.
The story's actually pretty good for it though.
I've heard it is. Anyway, do you want to get to the Mario? It was the Mario trailer part of the whole thing?
Yeah, that was part of it.
Okay, so we'll fit that in. The new Mario trailer happened, and this one actually looks fine. Like it looks like good.
And it had music from the games too.
Yeah, but they do that thing. All modern trailers do it, especially the ones that are for a new version of an old thing. Like they do the slowed down piano version of like the main motif.
Yes.
And it's like just get
this year Mario will be stomping on animals.
Yeah, they all feel the same. Oh, the dinosaurs! And he has they're gonna eat someone.
A brother? Yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah, like it's cool. Like it feels like, oh, this is a final chapter of a old thing. Like it feels like that for the first couple of times, but by like the 9th trailer before the movie, like if I'm watching a movie and like 9 trailers in a row do that, like it kind of loses all effect. Mm-hmm. And like does it really fit with Mario? Like ooh, we're doing Mario Kart, we're bouncing around, I'm gonna stomp on some Koopas. Like, do we need the soft down tempo piano for everything? Anyway, that's my personal crusade. What did you think?
I thought it was all good. Like I said, they had like an orchestral version of like some of the game's music's in there, and they had a good amount of references to the games. But once again, fucking Chris Pratt. Why?
Yeah. Why did they like it's not
like
look.
He's great as Star-Lord. He's good as the whatever the hell that Lego movie is.
It's the Lego movie.
The Lego movie. He's fine as the main character in that.
Yeah.
He just doesn't work for Mario. Everybody else sounded great,
look,
except for him.
Yeah, would I say Chris Pratt is a good actor? No. But he's like the kind of actor that just like is unique enough that he can just play himself for every role and get away with it. Like, you know, the guy on Parks and Rec, he was just kind of walked on set and goofed around. Similar thing with Guardians of the Galaxy, Lego movie, it worked. But like, does he need to be Mario?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. But it looks like they're doing some Mario stuff. He's stomping on Koopas. I'm still blown away by Jack Black as Bowser. I think that was a really good choice. Like from the moment the cast was announced, I was like, that's actually pretty good. Did we? I saw it like a few days ago. Was Donkey Kong in it?
Which trailer now? I'm sorry.
The Mario trailer, like the most recent one. I know he wasn't in the first one. Barely anyone was in the first one.
I don't think he was. There was another trailer that Donkey Kong was in.
Okay. Did he have any like speaking lines or anything?
I don't remember, honestly.
Okay, so as far as I know, we still have yet to hear Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong, but I'm still optimistic about that. I think, like, I can't like put into words why I think it's a good choice. I just feel like it is. Like, I just Donkey Kong would kind of be a little bit of a stoner bro. But yeah, you know, any other thoughts before we get to the new games announced?
Not that I can think of. It is coming out on my birthday, which is really weird because the Sonic 2 movie came out on my birthday.
I think they did it for you because they know. Look, I may have won Gamer of the Year, but you know, you were a close second. You were the God of War Ragnarok to my Elden Ring. And I think they're like, we gotta throw this guy a bone. We gotta do something for him.
It comes out on Good Friday, so if you have that day off, you can see Mario Bros in theaters. That is I said, that is if your work allows it. My previous job that I worked at, they don't have Good Friday off. I have Good Friday off at this new job, so I get my birthday off, which is pretty cool.
That's religious persecution, not letting you have Good Friday off to see Mario. That will be a Good Friday. Let me tell you,
it will be a very Good Friday.
Yeah. Anyway, new games were announced. The one that I'm excited for is Jedi Survivor. Fallen Order was a great game. I've never really gotten into Dark Souls. Like I've seen our friend Ryan play it. Seems cool. Not really my kind of thing, but you know, slap a lightsaber on anything and I'll try it. And like from everything that I've seen, Fallen Order is basically just Dark Souls with lightsabers. So maybe I'd like Dark Souls, or maybe I just can tolerate that kind of gameplay if it means Star Wars. You know, I don't know. Either way, I really like it, and I'm excited for the sequel. Have you played Fallen Order or?
You know how I am, dude. I'll buy and I'll buy and I'll buy, and then I'll never play the games.
Yeah.
So I have it. I got it free through Origin, but no, I haven't played it yet.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you had like, you know, half the versions of it that released and hadn't gotten to playing it yet.
Oh yeah, I would say like all of my games that I have, probably like 3/4, or I would say half, or possibly even 3/4 of the games I have not played.
Yeah. I have a similar problem, but with movies. I'll buy some, like, especially at like resale stores and stuff like that. Like, places where I can get them for cheap, I'm like, I could conceivably be interested in that eventually. And then I buy it and I put it on Jonathan and then I never touch it.
Well, those are a lot easier to digest than games.
Yeah, that is true.
Because, movies only last, was it the maximum movie length is 3 or 4 hours or something? I mean, games, I'm looking over here at Persona 5 Royal, that's a 150-hour game.
Yeah. Yeah, so basically, that's all to say I have way less of an excuse to have the same problem.
I think the big issue for me for not getting around to playing all these games is I've become kind of busy. In addition, so before we went to MFF, which we'll be talking about this in a bit, but before I went to MFF, almost no YouTubers were uploading anything. And then, of course, as soon as we're at MFF, here's 70 YouTubers that upload 5 videos in a single day. So when we came back, I had a playlist. I still have a playlist, but when I initially created the playlist, it was 100 videos that I needed to watch through.
Jeez.
Yeah. And some of them were 50 minutes long.
Yeah, that'll clog up your schedule.
Yeah, and I still have 20 or so or 25 or 30 more videos that I need to get through. And that's even with me listening to the videos while I'm at work.
Yeah, I keep topping out my watch later list.
Is there a maximum that you can have in your watch later?
Yeah, it's 5,000 videos.
You topped that out?
Yeah. Yeah, I regularly top it out.
I at least got through. At least I don't have that many. At least.
Yeah. Well, I've been just adding stuff, stacking it on top of each other for years. I think the earliest added videos are from definitely 2019, maybe 2018.
Jesus.
Just stuff that I just have not gotten to and probably never will. So anyway, Death Stranding 2 is coming out.
Yeah, yep. I never played the original Death Stranding. All I know that Death Stranding exists, and it's a game made by Hideo Kojima, the guy who makes made oh my gosh, I can't think of it now. Metal Gear Solid series. Apparently it's supposed to be good, but apparently you just walk a whole bunch. Yeah, so that got announced in addition to Hades 2. I've never played Hades Nuts in Your Mouth, but I should get around to it because apparently it's supposed to be really, really good. They announced the second one. I don't know when it's supposed to be coming out. I'd have to look it up again, but yeah, they got that coming out too.
Yeah, so all of you Hades fans listening, yeah, you're welcome.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Anyway, that was our very thrilling coverage of the new games. I'm very excited for Jedi Survivor. I think that's coming out in March.
Let me check here for you.
That one, I think the standard price for it is $70. Even
it's $70.
Yeah, even the normal version, on PC. Let me verify. Fallen Order is on sale right now for $4.79.
That's really good, actually.
Yeah, that's $4. 88% off. Oh, you can get the deluxe edition for $7. How long is that on sale for? Offer ends on the 19th. So when this comes out, you got 3 days. You got 3 days to buy it for $5 to $7. I strongly recommend it.
So Jedi Survivor comes out March 17th, 2023.
Yeah. Yeah, and the standard edition is $70. The deluxe edition is $90. I don't know what the deluxe edition comes with, but there's always... I guess you get a Han Solo outfit. You get the outfit that Luke wears at the end of the first movie. You get Luke's lightsaber, Han's blaster, some cosmetics for the droid.
A bunch of just random shit that you don't need, really.
Yeah, it's cool and all, but I don't know if I would pay an extra $20 for it. I don't know. The Han Solo stuff, it kind of goes hard. I'm not gonna lie, it's just a good outfit for a Star Wars thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, even if you're like a really big Star Wars fan like Dylan, I feel like your money could be spent better elsewhere, personally.
Yeah. No, my thing lately has been like, do I want to spend money on this, whatever, any given thing that I'm looking at? Like, I came to this realization with like someone at work was talking about Magic, and I was like, it seems fun. I've heard that it's good. A lot of my friends have been into it, but I feel like any amount of money that I would pour into this would be better spent on drugs. And that is my new philosophy with money.
Hey, at least, I mean, you could resell the drugs, but I mean, you can at least resell the cards. Yeah, you can at least resell the cards if you're done. If you're done with it. Magic actually came out with a really cool product. It was 2 years ago they came out with it, but they put out a new version. It's called Jumpstart. And the really cool thing about Jumpstart, so typically, your Magic packs, it'd be like, oh, you get a bunch of random cards and you throw them into your decks and you make decks or whatever. Really cool thing about Jumpstart is, I'd have to check, but I think it's either each pack contains 15 or 20 cards. And what you do is you take 2 packs, you open them up, and each of them are kind of themed. So you'll have like a dragon theme, and you'll have like a zombie theme or something. So what you would do is you would take those 2 decks, combine them together, shuffle them up, and then you have a deck ready in 5 seconds to play against your other friends.
Well, that's pretty neat.
Yep. And if you buy like a whole box, which would be 24 packs, those 24 packs are so each one of those 24 packs has different themes or whatever. So what a lot of people will do is they'll open up the decks, they'll open up the they'll open up the packs, and then they'll get like almost like these mini deck boxes, sleeve up all the cards and then throw them all into little tiny mini deck boxes. And then you would go over to like your friend's house or something and be like, hey, you want to play Magic? Sure. You pull out the deck box, you shuffle all the deck boxes around, and you and your friend choose 2. You'll never have the same game twice.
That's pretty neat. That's pretty cool. But is it as fun as Bakugan? Do you get to roll a little marble that turns into a little guy?
Debatable. It's debatably fun. As fun as Bakugan. But I don't think you'll find a whole lot of people playing Bakugan nowadays, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah, that is the curse of being a Bakugan battle brawler. There's not a lot of us left. Just me and my lonesome Dragonoid.
So, you know what? So speaking of speaking of redoing of reviving older things that doesn't have a big fan base or not a whole lot of people playing it. You have Black Ops 2 for the Wii U, right?
I don't know if I still have it, but I did have it.
Okay, I was going to say, if you did, what we should do is we should do a live stream of us playing Call of Duty Black Ops 2 on the Wii U and revive the servers again.
Dude,
because the servers are still up, and I think there's at least around like 15 to 20 people still playing it.
That's great.
And none of them are modded lobbies. None of them are hacked lobbies or anything.
Well, yeah, it's the Wii U.
I know, but it's easy. It's super easy to mod a Wii U. That's the thing.
Yeah, I figure, we could do that. We could each just join a random lobby, and chances are, just statistically, we would probably end up paired together.
End up in the same lobby, yes.
I'm gonna see if I still have it, and we should do that.
We should absolutely do that. I think that's a fantastic idea.
Look, real quick. I'm gonna see it, just in case I don't have it. I'm gonna see.
You're wondering how much
I'm gonna see how much it goes for on eBay.
I think it's around $25 or something.
Yeah. The first listing, it's $24.95 plus $6.75 shipping. It's the last one, so act now. An auction starting at $11.
Do you have a modded Wii U?
No. I did some homebrew stuff on it, but I don't think it's modded.
Okay, gotcha. Because there's a website that I can direct you to that you can get very legal, extremely legal backups of these games that are not being sold anymore.
Of course. Yeah, I learned how to dump the ROMs like before I moved. Like I got Wind Waker dump, like a Lego Marvel before I bought it on PC. A couple other things. I just have not played them yet. So I just have like 100 gigabytes of Wii U games taking up space on my computer somewhere. But anyway, that's all great. Yeah. Well, let's just tack that onto recommendations of the week. Black Ops 2 for the Wii U.
Or just Black Ops 2 in general. I think it's probably one of the best Call of Duty games.
I think that version was slept on. I like that, it wasn't utilized very well for a lot of games, but the games that did do it, it was cool. But like the split screen, how you could have one player on the gamepad, one player on the TV. That was really great. Cool. I really liked that at the time.
The only qualms that I have with that version, with the version on the Wii U though, is there's no DLC maps.
Yeah.
So there's not even Nuketown on there, which sucks.
Yeah, I don't know if Nintendo really had the infrastructure for stuff like that. Like I know they had the eShop, but I don't know if they had like very good DLC support for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, they did.
Did they?
Yeah, they had the Mario Kart 8 DLC courses and all the Smash Bros DLC.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, I just don't I don't think of like Call of Duty DLC when I think of that kind of thing, but yeah, I guess it was there.
And there was some performance issues. It did drop some frames a couple of times every once in a while.
Yeah, that makes sense. Cuz it's the Wii U. Yeah. But still, it was slept on for being baby's first Call of Duty. Like it's decent. It's decent. But anyway, speaking of baby's first Call of Duty, wake up, babe! New Fortnite just dropped. So I've been saying for like the past like 2 or 3 seasons, the Fortnite seasons have been getting kind of mid, not too memorable, not really that cohesive of a theme. Like the last one was vibin', and like it makes sense in the lore, like at that point in the story, like the bad guys were defeated or whatever, and the island was back in the hands of the people or something. They were celebrating. That was the theme of the season, but it just didn't have the same impact as past seasons where there was like tight integration with Star Wars and Marvel and all that kind of stuff. Not that that's the only way that you can go, like, just doing pop culture tie-ins, but it just felt like there wasn't much there. This one's kind of. They added new mechanics and new weapons that I like, and they've shaken up quite a bit. I think it's good, but yeah,
you're talking about for the newest season,
announced, yeah, right? The one that just started like last week.
One thing that I will mention / notice. They have updated the visuals heavily. It is now running on Unreal Engine 5.
Yeah. I was experiencing like terrible like performance issues at first, cuz like whenever they do a big overhaul like that, when you start up the game for the first time, it's like, hey, your settings are outdated or whatever, run the automatic thing. And I do, cuz I'm like, okay, let's hear them out, let's humor them. And then I'll change it back to the correct settings. And I did. And then I got terrible performance, even though it wasn't like as high as it could have gone. I don't know. It was just some weird stuff was turned on. I don't know. Whatever. But it's running fine now. But yeah, I think it generally looks better. I like the new, they added bikes. I think that was a good addition. You can get points from doing backflips and stuff. It's cool. It's cool. I like the how the island it's instead of just being one island with different regions, it's just a bunch of chunks of land puzzled together. I like that. It's cool. But we got to talk about the new skins. We got to talk about Doom from Fortnite and Mr. Beast from Fortnite.
We also have Geralt as well.
Yeah, we got the Witcher from Fortnite. Also, he's he's like the bonus skin in the battle pass, so he's going to be unlocked in like a month or so. That's cool. I started The Witcher 3, but I never got into The Witcher. I've heard the Netflix show is good. Henry Cavill is great. I like him. I like that he's a nerd. Okay, I like that he's one of us. He just happens to be a jacked movie star. I think that's really funny. And so yeah, if you're a fan of The Witcher, cool, good for you. But yeah, out of the two, I'm more into Doom. I like the classic games. The new stuff is good. It's all great. I just love the idea of playing as Doom guy in Fortnite of all things.
Yeah. And they nerfed his ass, unfortunately. His ass is way flatter.
Yeah. I don't.
It's like what they did to Snake when we brought him over to Smash Ultimate.
Yeah, I feel like Fortnite, like, they don't normally do that. They don't normally nerf characters' sex appeal. Like don't Fortnite skins usually have pretty juicy dumpers?
I don't know, dude. I'm focusing on shooting the guys. I'm not focusing.
Like, it's not that I'm looking. I just know the memes surrounding it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just hold on. Let me find the fucking thing. Where is it? And when I am president, I am gonna contact Mr. Fortnite, and I'm gonna tell him, bring back Doom Guy's ass.
Only Doom Guys, nobody else. Nobody else's.
Make Doom Guy's ass juicy again. Yeah, put that on a hat. They also added
Make that
Mr.
the episode
Beast
title.
Yeah. Make Doom Guy's ass juicy again. I'm gonna write that down. Hold on.
Writing it down. I love it.
All right, I got it. All right, now we can talk about Mr. Beast from Fortnite, who that's what I'm gonna refer to him as now. Okay, Master Chief? No, that's Halo from Fortnite. Doomslayer? No, that's Doom from Fortnite. Geralt? No, that's The Witcher from Fortnite. And now we got Mr. Beast from Fortnite. Like, it's the logical next step. But why? I know the answer why Mr. Beast is in Fortnite, but I think what I'm trying to say is I don't care about Mr. Beast, and I don't understand his success. I understand his success. I understand he has mastered like clickbait and like making videos that are so outrageous, like, hey, I'm gonna hunt my friends for sport and give them $1 million. Like, I get how that gets clicks. I get how that generates billions of dollars from children. I get that. I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't like Mr. Beast. I think that's the conclusion I've come to. And I think I don't like that he's in Fortnite, but also I don't give a shit. But also I kind of do. I don't know. Help me out here. How am I supposed to feel about this?
About Mr. Beast?
Mr. Beast from Mr. Beast from Fortnite.
Oh, Mr. Beast from Fortnite. That's right. Yeah, that's I don't know how to feel. I don't know how to feel about it either, but he did announce on his Twitter, I think he has like some sort of like $1 million prize or something.
Of course he does. Like everything he does, there's a $1 million prize.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about it, but whatever. I mean, we've had people like Mr. Beast or like Ninja and stuff.
Yeah. I think this has come up on your podcast as well whenever Fortnite is brought up, but I just think it's great that you can have one game that has a party including Doomslayer, Master Chief, fucking Rick Sanchez, and Zendaya, and like it makes sense somehow. I love it. I think it's great. I love Fortnite. as a piece of art. I think that it shows, I think it is a prime example of human ingenuity. And that's the lesson here.
Love
Mr.
it.
Beast, big old thumbs down. Fortnite, thumbs up, I guess. What do you think? What are your thoughts on Fortnite's commentary on the human condition?
What? The human condition? What?
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. It's good. It's good. I like it. People make fun of Fortnite and they're like, oh, it's just a cash grab with all the pop culture tie-ins. It's like, it's just fun. Let us have this. It's, I don't know. Hold on. I'm stalling because I'm trying to find a button.
Guess what?
Oh, okay.
It grows the economy. Benefits everybody. Hurts nobody.
And those are my thoughts on Fortnite. Anyway, Jake, how was your trip to MFF?
It was awesome. The flight there was smooth. The flight back was also smooth. TSA sucks, but what else is new?
Yeah.
So we got there a day early, and we really didn't have a whole lot to do. So I was like, I would say probably for the past month or so, I was more excited about going to this arcade place called Round One than the actual convention itself.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that last time. It seems like a really cool place.
Yes, and I went there. Obviously, it is fucking awesome. It is so good. I highly recommend it. If you have one near you, go to it. Especially if you're someone like me who likes Japanese games, or really Japanese rhythm games, or just rhythm games in general. They have a wide variety of games. They have stuff like Dance Dance Revolution. They have Japanese claw machines, and they have all sorts of different other Japanese arcade games. The really cool thing is initially, so Round One was actually a Japanese like chain. So it originated from Japan, and then they decided to bring our import stuff to the US and have arcades there. So the really cool thing about these arcade games, at least modern arcade games, is they've kind of evolved, and they've gotten online now, and they have a lot more like community than your arcade would be. Than your older arcade would be.
Yeah, I think that's really cool.
Yeah, and so one of the cool things is these games, they have special cards that you can buy, and you can tap onto the machines, and you can create like a user profile or log into a website and create a profile and link it to that card. And you're able to like unlock songs, and you get added to the worldwide leaderboards, and you can play online with other people across the world on these arcade cabinets. So if you're planning to play these games for the long run, I do recommend getting a e-amusement pass, a AM pass, or a Nessica pass to save your progress. Certain games will require certain passes. The e-amusement pass is primarily used on Konami games, so stuff like Dance Dance Revolution, Sound Voltex, Beat Mania. The really cool thing is with those is you buy that one card, and you can use them on all those different machines. You don't have to buy another card for every single machine. So it's one card for all the machines to save your data on.
That's really cool. Yeah, you brought that up last time, and I think that's a really cool concept. And I hadn't really like thought of that as like that, like never popped up on my radar as like a cool thing to have, but it makes perfect sense because like one of like the communal aspects of arcades is like the leaderboard, and you're trying to go for the high score, and it kind of expands that to just the entire internet, the entire like network of cabinets. It's great. I love the idea of like arcades, which are like not, I don't want to say like outdated, but they're like they're a thing from the past. They're kind of antiquated as a concept because we have really high quality like video game. We got video games at home, But like, I just love
we
the
got
idea.
Video games at home. Video games at home.
I like the idea of them embracing what makes them unique. And, you know, like leaning into that, like, you know, like you can't really get DDR at home in the same way that
Nowadays.
they have it at the arcade. You can get like mats and stuff, and like that's an affordable way of doing it, but it's not the same. Or you can spend a bunch of money and set up your own pad if you want, but a lot of people aren't really going to do that. It just makes sense that that's something that stays in the arcade. And I like the idea of them embracing the new technology and integrating it. And I feel like some places will just pretend like the last 40 years didn't happen, you know, like there's an arcade near me that is like more of like a vintage kind of arcade. Like they still use quarters. They have the old cabinets, which is really cool. And I like that. I'm
curious, what is like the newest machine there?
Oh, the newest looking ones there, I don't know a whole lot about it, but I would say the newest things there are from like probably like the mid 2000s through like the early 2010s probably, but they have like I think it's mostly like older stuff from like the 80s and 90s.
Right. Cuz that's what everybody is nostalgic over. You know, I want to go back towards the 80s and 90s where they had all these really cool games and mom was racist. No kidding.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Just like pretending like the last 40 years didn't happen. And like, that's cool and all. I like it. I think there's definitely room for both, but I do like that there are some arcades that are embracing the more advanced features. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, but for sure. Round one is really, really awesome. Like I said, they have a lot of Japanese arcade games there. So the ones that I primarily played were DDR, Dance Dance Revolution, Pump It Up, Sound Voltex, Waka, and Groove Coaster.
Okay, and this so this was in the convention was in Chicago, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. And this round one was about 40 minutes away, so we took an Uber to get there.
Okay.
And the Uber price wasn't bad. It was only like $23. It was $23 one way and then $22 the other way.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, a majority of my time I spent on DDR and Pump It Up. Which if you're not familiar with what Pump It Up is, I don't blame you because Dance Dance Revolution was way more popular in the States. Pump It Up is similar to Dance Dance Revolution, but the fact with Pump It Up, I'll pull it up here. Pump It Up. So you know how with DDR it has the up down, left right for the controls.
Yeah.
Pump It Up is unique where they basically flipped it, so it's the four corners and the one in the center. So let me go ahead and I'll send this over to you here just so you can get a better idea.
Yeah.
But so this came out around the same time around DDR. It was actually only a year after, and then Konami tried to sue them for, saying, "Oh, this is too similar to us," and the court said, "No, I don't think so."
Whatever.
But they've been around for a long time, just like how DDR has been. God damn it, I gotta find it here. Where is stuff we sent during the podcast? There we go. So that's what an older cabinet looks like.
Okay.
And then this is what the newest cabinet looks like, which the newest cabinet is Pump It Up XX, or the 20th anniversary edition.
Yeah, that's cool.
But, after playing a while, I found that I find Pump It Up way more fun than DDR. And it seems like things just flow better, and I feel like it has a better soundtrack as well. Pump It Up is a lot more about going fast, about hitting notes fast and keeping your combo up. It doesn't care a whole lot about accuracy. I mean, you still need to be accurate, but you don't have to be as nearly as accurate as DDR, where DDR is all about you need to be on time all the time.
Yeah.
And the really cool thing about Pump It Up is they have co-op charts, or co-op songs. So there's some songs where it's like it's 4 people go on the cabinet and they're running across the pads to hit the notes, going around in a circle. It's really cool.
That's great.
But yeah, I can. Let's see here. So DDR and Pump It Up are pretty similar. Sound Voltex is pretty cool. So Sound Voltex, it has like 6 buttons and 2 knobs. Let's see here. Let's see if I can pull it up here.
Yeah, well, while you're pulling that up, I looked up the locations for round 1, and there's like a decent amount of them. Yeah, there's one in Auburn Hills that, you know, if I ever get the arcade bug again, I might check it out. But yeah, there's a decent distribution of them across the country. I mean, like if you're in Montana, go fuck yourself. But other than that, they have them like along the coast,
northern Michigan,
middle of the country. Yeah, at least there's one in Michigan, but like there's a whole stretch along the northern border. There's fucking nothing there.
Yeah. Yep. So
even if you're in Oklahoma has one. So, you know, if they have one, there's hope for anyone. And I have received the photo you sent.
There you go. So that's what the cabinet looks like.
The anime girls on the cabinet.
Yeah, that's another thing about a lot of these Japanese arcade cabinets is they use anime girls a lot to draw people in.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Sound Voltex, it has 6 buttons and it has 2 knobs that you use to, you know, hit along and play to the beat and such. I thought this game would be pretty easy. It's not, but it also doesn't help that the next person who goes up to play is literally top 5 in the entirety of the UK.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yep. So after that, I was like, this game's cool, but that guy really intimidated me, and I don't want to play it anymore.
Yeah.
Waka is a really cool one. It's unfortunately discontinued. But what Waka is it's basically a let me see here if I can pull it up here. It's a rhythm game that has a giant like touch sensitive like ring around it that glows. And you basically, you know, you tap and you hold stuff to, or, you know, you tap and you basically slide your fingers across to the beat of the music.
Yeah, that's like what I do with your mom.
Except this one's more colorful.
Yeah.
This one has pretty lights and anime girls.
And the girls are cuter.
Yeah, the girls are cute.
Yeah, that's great.
But yeah, so Waka's really fun. That's a really nice, easy one that I recommend people to get into. And that was Cam's favorite of all of the arcade cabinets was Waka. We also found another one, which this last one that I'm gonna be talking about, called Groove Coaster. So Groove Coaster is pretty cool. So you have these 2 giant joysticks, and you basically you slap them as well as like move them around to like the beat of like the music or whatever. This game is really funny in the way that so this game's been around for like 7 years or so, 10 years or so. But this one's so funny. So they've stopped support of the game like pretty recently. I would say about I don't know, 3 months ago or so. Not due to we think the game's done and there's nothing more we can do with it. No, it's because the game has been updated so much and there's been so many new songs that have been added that the hard drive is full and they can't add any more songs.
That's great.
So that's why that's pretty funny. They also have Undertale songs.
Oh, that's cool.
In Groove Coaster. But yeah, those were all the games that I played at round 1. My friend Kyle, who I talked to a lot about, round 1, he came back to we all came back to the hotel and he was like, Jake, I know I gave you a lot of shit about this, but honestly, that was really fucking fun, and I really wish that we had one in Michigan. So I was like, see, I told you.
Yeah.
Because he kept on giving me shit about it, because he was like, you're so excited about this arcade and not excited about MFF. Which, after the convention started, I did have a lot of fun. And speaking about MFF itself, had a lot of fun, met a lot of cool people.
Yeah, I will say before we move on to that, none of those games have anything on the best rhythm game, Batman Arkham Asylum. No, I'm just kidding. The best rhythm game is DDR for the Game Boy Color. Anyway.
Yes, MFF. That is a thing. DDR for the Game Boy Color.
Yeah, the definitive version of DDR.
I don't know. I think those Pocket LCD games of DDR are possibly better.
Oh, you have a point. But you can't play Mario Land on those.
True, you can't. But yeah, MFF itself had a lot of fun. Met a lot of cool people. Met a lot of people that I followed online and stuff. I took some pictures with my Game Boy camera, and I printed out some photos, but I didn't do a whole lot. I maybe took like 3 or 4 photos with it, and after that I was just trying to enjoy the convention. There was over 13,000 people in this convention.
Can you send me one of the pictures that you took? I want to see how they turned out.
Of the Game Boy?
Like with the one of the pictures that you took with the Game Boy camera. I want to see like.
Oh yeah, I'd have to pop in batteries, so I have to go grab batteries. Let me see here. So I'll be back and I'll grab batteries. I'll go ahead and I'll let you talk and I'll grab batteries. So be right back.
I'm just gonna play some hold music real quick. There it is.
These classic Shirley Temple films have stood the test of time, and you'll cherish sharing these heartwarming events.
Let me take a picture of it. So funniest shit ever happened. So the first person that I got a picture of is Bray Burned. I doubt you would know anything about him.
Yeah, I'm not really plugged in to that side of things.
Yeah, he is let's say a furry smut artist.
Okay.
And of course, that was the first person that I took a picture with.
That's awesome.
Was with him.
I'm a big fan of that. I'm a big fan of smut artists. I think they do God's work.
He has a really cute suit. Also, his art is very good. I highly recommend.
That's awesome.
Let me go ahead and put it into topic or send me stuff. Yes, stuff we sent. It came out surprisingly good, actually.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it comes out really good. The pictures come out really good with the Game Boy camera for fursuits. Just because they're so like cartoony and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's like a decent amount of contrast.
Yeah, yep.
And did you say you also had the Game Boy printer with you?
Yes.
So you were like taking the photos with the camera and then printing them out?
Yes, he was the first and only person that got a print.
That's great. Yeah, Polaroid who?
Exactly.
That's awesome. That's really okay. Next time we're together, we gotta take a photo with the Game Boy camera and get a printout of it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was a lot of fun. Oh, really quick on the round 1 thing, just really quick. So after Cam and I played through all of those games, Pump It Up, Waka. We agreed, both of us. We agreed that Pump It Up, Waka, and Groove Coaster, they are our favorites out of all of them that we played. When we get a house of our own, we're going to buy cabinets of these.
That's great.
So when I do buy a cabinet, I am going to be live streaming the hell out of me playing Pump It Up. So
that's awesome.
That probably won't be until like, I don't know when the hell I'm even going to be able to buy a house. Like, I don't know.
Never.
Like, let's say like 2030 maybe. Oh my God, 7 years. And then I still have to buy a cabinet.
Yeah.
But luckily, I ran into a guy. The guy's name is Shiho. He got me in contact with a guy called Snow Phoenix who imports arcade games from Japan as well as fix them up, and he ships them directly out of Ohio.
That's
so
awesome.
Instead of paying $12,000 and $1,000 shipping, $2,000 shipping for a cabinet, I can buy a Pump It Up machine for $5,000 and have it shipped for me for only $100.
Yeah, dude, arcade games are sold at such like a ridiculous markup. Like I learned, like working at the arcade, like close to our hometown. Like I talked to the guy that did all of like the maintenance and not all of it, but like a lot of like the maintenance for the machines, and he was showing me like the list prices for some of the games, and they were like exorbitant. And I guess the idea is that with a bunch of them, like, I mean, all of them actually, like, you're making money off of them, so it's kind of justified. I still don't like it.
Right, and for music game cabinets or rhythm game cabinets, they have to pay a lot of licensing fees.
Yeah,
for them. In addition, rhythm game cabinets, they have very unique controllers.
Yeah.
So, for example, Dance Dance Revolution or Pump It Up, you have a giant metal pad that you're stomping on.
Yeah, not very standardized. Not exactly an Xbox controller.
Yeah, yep. Well, just rhythm games in general, or just arcade games in general, they don't have a whole lot of standardization for their controllers. Yeah. The cheapest that I've seen that I can get, like, let's say for example, like Waka or Groove Coaster, I've seen I can get those for around like $3,500, which is it's still pretty expensive. But I mean, that's a pretty dang good price for.
It's not $12,000.
You're getting a whole ass arcade cabinet.
Yeah, that's basically furniture.
It is, because the Waka cabinet that I showed you, the one with like all the pretty lights and stuff. It's a pretty small cabinet. It's only maybe about 6 foot high. That thing weighs 350 pounds.
Jeez, that's like the size of a dude.
I know. It'd be like you and me combined weight-wise. But yeah, let's see, what were we talking about?
And you and me combined height-wise. A little known fact, we are both 3 feet tall.
Yeah.
That's canon now.
The funny part is Alex is way taller than me.
Yeah, I'm 3'5", Jake's 2'8".
Yeah.
But it averages out,
Yeah. Actually, that's not our height. That's our IQ.
Yeah.
28 and 35.
Yeah, I did just finish Rick and Morty season 6, which.
Oh, okay. So that's why it went up some points. Gotcha.
For recommendations.
But yeah, arcade machines are expensive, but they are worth it in my opinion. But yeah, so MFF.
Good convention, fun time.
Very fun. Like I said, met a lot of cool people. I'm sure you saw, and I'm sure other people saw. Both Cam and I, we splurged on a fursuit. So we bought a fursuit at the con. That's
great. Good for you guys.
His name is Ruby the Fox, and he is a lemon brat suit. The suit cost us, after tax, $3,100. So very expensive, but we won't be needing one for another 5 years.
Well, that's good. And so you guys just like sit on, one of you sits on the other shoulders, like two kids in a trench coat?
Yes.
Okay. Because you're 2'8", as I have canonically established.
Yeah.
So it works. Anyway, that's great. That's good. Furries catch a lot of shit online from people that don't get it. It's not deserved. It's a cool community. I'm not part of it. I don't know why I feel the need to clarify that. But they just catch a lot of strays, and I think it's not justified. It's a pretty like diverse community. Although a weird number of STEM majors, a lot of STEM people, but it's cool.
There's a lot. The joke was when Cloudflare. So at the beginning of a furry convention, Cloudflare went down at the start of the convention, and it stayed down for a bit. And the whole joke was, oh, the IT team is gone. They're at BLFC or something like that, because a majority of I would say furries are either in IT, they're engineers, they're doctors, or they're like service workers or something.
Yeah, just a good group of people, and I feel like people like focus on just the worst aspects, the bad of stuff. Them.
Yes,
and I don't think that's justified, because like it is a large group, Like even some of them are Nazis, which I don't understand. Like identifying as a dog and the master race, I don't. It kind of seems conflicting, but I think that's just because it is a cross section of the human population. So yes, of course, some of them are going to be weird.
Yes, and we typically, we deal with them very swiftly.
Yeah,
we get rid of them very, very quickly.
Yeah, like to the extent that there are like pedophiles and Nazis in the furry community, like they're not liked. They're like the most hated part of the community. I mean, for obvious reasons. But yeah, it's just, people are weird about furries. I don't.
Yeah, and
it's just not justified.
And so speaking about good things about furries, so a big part of the convention or any furry convention is the is the charity. Mm-hmm. Every single furry convention there's always a charity. So this year was a Street Dog Coalition. So what they do is they provide free medical care and related services to pets of people experiencing or at risk of homelessness.
That's good.
So over the span of 3 days at MFF, everybody involved, all the furries, we raised $130,000.
That's good. That's just a non-debatably good thing that you guys did. That's cool. That's really great.
Yep. And I looked at the numbers for MFF. This year and all the previous years, because they have them on Wiki for whatever. This year had the most amount of people attending, and this year was the second most donated to for charity this year.
That's good.
So getting better every year. The only qualms I have about MFF was the amount of people, as well as the food prices. Prices for food in Chicago is fucking ridiculous. It is very expensive. But really, really cool thing about MFF. So they announced this, they announced this, I would say, about a month beforehand. They have an arcade room as well as a game room. So, I told my friends, I was like, well, if there's a DDR machine or a Pump It Up machine, you are not seeing me for the rest of the fucking con.
Yeah.
And what did they have? They had Chintum, My My, DDR, Pump It Up, Juby, and Poppin' Music. The most popular out of all of them was DDR. I would say there was probably a line, like 13 or 14 people in line typically, or around 5 or more people in line just to play DDR. Pump It Up, there was maybe 1 or 2 people in line, or there was nobody on the cabinet.
Yeah, DDR is it's like the rhythm game. Like that's the one that you think of when you think of people dancing on buttons.
Yeah, everybody knows DDR. Hardly anybody knows about Pump It Up, and that's primarily due to it not getting a whole lot of arcade releases here in the US. In addition to the game originally being a Korean game.
So people are racist.
But hardly anybody was on the cabinet. I would say it was most play. I played the cabinet the most. I didn't even play as DDR a single time at MFF, just due to the amount of people on it.
Yeah.
And I introduced a lot of people to Pump It Up. I would say probably half the people that I played with, they had never played a dancing rhythm game before, or they've played DDR. The other quarter or 10%, they were fucking kicking my ass and Pump It Up because they had been playing for 3 or 4 years. There's a guy in a full fursuit just absolutely killing it, playing level 15s and 19s.
Yeah, now that's a workout.
Yeah, no, it's a workout. And I played in suit, and it was fucking hot as hell. You also have a lot of limited visibility in suit as well. Basically take your field of view, your current field of view, and basically take your hands up to your face and basically block have half the palm of your hand sticking out off the side of your face. That's how much field of view you have.
Yeah, it's like looking through a Quest 2.
It is, yes. But it was a lot of fun. I played a lot of Pump It Up. I got really good in like the first 5 days or whatever. Like I originally started out playing like level 6s, but by the end I was doing like level 9s and level like 10s.
That's great. That's awesome. We love to see character development here.
But yeah, Pump It Up, or the MFF was a lot of fun. I played a lot of Pump It Up. I'm excited for BLFC. That's where I'm going to be going to next year, and that one's going to be even more fun because that place is in a casino. So there's a casino there. There's a bowling alley there. There's putt-putt golf. There's a movie theater as well as an arcade there. So in addition, food will be cheaper. The only issue is flights to Reno, Nevada are going to be so expensive.
Yeah.
That's going to be the only issue. But everything else I'm super excited for.
Well, that's good. Yeah, so did you get to the I'm reading in the show notes, old Sears bought and to be turned into a go-kart track?
No, I have not gotten to that yet.
Yeah, that entices me.
Yep. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Had to get that out of my system. I'm very aggressive today, but
that was cartoonish.
A little wacky. But so the old Sears is getting bought and it's getting turned into an indoor go-kart track. So this is the Sears over by where GT Games and Asian Buffet is at.
Oh, so this is in Traverse.
Yes, this is in Traverse. Yep.
Oh, that's cool.
So the main thing for it is going to be go-karts, and they're electric go-karts. I think for the kiddies, they go as fast as like 25 miles per hour. For, adults and such, they go all the way up to like 45, 50 miles an hour.
Whatever. My Equinox can do 90.
But yeah, so that's going to be a lot of fun. They're also planning to have an arcade. Of course, the first thing that I posted on there was, hey guys, is like, this is awesome. Awesome that there's going to be an arcade, but for the love of God, get a fucking DDR or Pump It Up cabinet, because the closest thing is Dave & Buster's, and that's 3 hours away from us.
Yeah.
So I told them, and I got like 4 likes on the comment, and one guy commented,
oh man, we doing numbers.
Yeah, one guy commented, yes, DDR, and then another guy commented, we're looking forward to the arcade. So hopefully that kind of gives the guy like, hey, there's people interested in this stuff. And the guy who said, oh, DDR, unfortunately, you won't be getting the newest versions due to licensing issues. DDR or Konami has a contract with Dave & Buster's, and they have a contract with Dave & Buster's as well as Round One, because the only way that those machines will run is, how I told you how these arcade games, they have like this cool special pass thing that you can save all your info on.
Yeah.
It needs to be, those arcades need to be need to have special routers and special hardware and networking equipment in order to do that. So even if you buy like a secondhand, like brand new, secondhand newer cabinet, it's basically a sitting brick because you can't even boot the game up without that special equipment.
So is that like a hardware, like, is that like being held back by the hardware, or is it just like a DRM thing?
It's a DRM thing. It's Konami being assholes.
Those fuckers.
Which is nothing new for Konami.
Yeah, and I'm sure you have to like rent the equipment, or it's really expensive to buy it.
Yes, they have to. Yeah, you have to rent the equipment for it.
I hate that. I hate that so much.
So not only does the cabinet cost a fuck ton, you also have to get special equipment, and it has to be rented out.
Yeah, I hate that.
In addition to having special contracts with only these two. So that's why we're thinking either Pump It Up or Step Maniacs could be very possible. Yeah. So the awesome thing about Pump It Up, and this is why I would be getting one, you don't need a special cabinet to play Pump It Up. You just need the computer that you need for you basically you need the computer as well as the hard drive as well as the pads, and that's it. You don't need anything else to play Pump It Up. You don't need any special connections to servers, none of that shit.
That's good.
We were playing Pump It Up Prime 2 at MFF on one of those older Pump It Up cabinets, the one with the CRTs. And that came out in 2018. So we were playing a 2018 game on this really, really old cabinet, this GX cabinet that came out all the way back in like 2008.
That's awesome. I love stuff like that.
So for example, you could buy a Pump It Up cabinet from 2011 and pop in the hard drive for Pump It Up XX, and it would load up with no issues. In addition, you can get that thing going online just by plugging it into the network. You don't need any sort of special network, any sort of special equipment or anything. So even home owners of this cabinet, they can plug it in and they can play on the network and get updates for new songs as well as be on the leaderboard and track their scores and stuff online.
Yeah, as it should be.
As it should be. Stepmania X is very similar to DDR, but it has a center panel like Pump It Up. Let's see here. It's a bit cheaper than Pump It Up, but it's not nearly as well known. The people who made Stepmaniacs, these were the guys who made In the Groove, which was it was a competitor to DDR, but it was a very blatant ripoff of DDR, but it actually got more popular than DDR due to how complex it was, in addition to allowing custom songs on the cabinet through plugging in a USB. But these guys eventually got sued by Konami. They lost the legal battle. They lost the rights to In the Groove. And Konami immediately shut it down. So the same guy created Stepmaniacs, which is different because it has the up, down, left, right, as well as the center panel. And they have a whole bunch of songs. I think you can pay $50 more and get access to a bunch of licensed ones. In addition, it is the only rhythm game, they just announced this, is the only dancing rhythm game that now has Crab Rave.
Awesome. Let's go.
So I think besides Beat Saber, I think Stepmaniacs is the only other rhythm game that has licensing for Crab Rave.
Nice.
So I would say those are probably the two best options for for this new arcade place and whatever, is to get either Stepmaniacs or Pump It Up. I would say Pump It Up because it's a bigger community. It's been around for 20 plus years. People, even though it's not nearly as popular as DDR, people recognize it.
Yeah, so new arcade, if you're listening, which I know you are, fucking go for it.
And I tried contacting the guy. Unfortunately, he's a cardiologist. So he's a doctor. He's very hard to get a hand of. So I had to call his office and ask him about this fucking arcade thing. I left a message, never got a reply back. I figured that. But
I think you should call again from a different number so they don't know it's you. Schedule an appointment. Be like, hey, my ticker's gone wrong. Get into his office. And then he's like, okay, so what seems to be the issue? You should say, well, the issue that you need to get Pump It Up at your arcade, okay?
And here's the thing is, when they open up and it's not there, I'll be like, okay, give me your owner's phone number, or let me talk to your owner really quick and let me tell him about this, because the guy's a cardiologist. I think I told you. So what I've been doing is I've just been eating less than 2,000 calories, and I've been playing Pump It Up, or quote unquote playing, because I don't want to buy a pad for $400. I basically just put up a video of the actual step chart and the notes going by, and I follow along to it. But doing that for 30 minutes every day, in addition to eating less than 2,000 calories, I lost, let's see here, I started at 214 pounds 3 months ago. I'm now at 193 pounds. So it's a great way to get people up and moving, as well as, exercise. So what I was going to tell him, it's like, hey, this would be a great thing. You're a cardiologist. We want people up and moving and getting exercise and getting their hearts rate up. This is how you do it. I tell him my story, and I tell you what, I know a guy in Ohio that can get you one of these cabinets for cheaper than you can buy it anywhere else. I can get you hooked up. You go ahead and order it and have them drop it off. I'll help you get it hooked up, get it set up with the network. I'll even open up the pads and modify them so high-level players will want to keep playing and get better and better and, have a returning business back to it. And the only thing that I ask you of is allow me to play free play on that one arcade cabinet for a year.
See, it's complicated because that will get him more customers as an arcade owner, but it'll get him less customers as a cardiologist. So, trade-offs. Anyway, that's great.
Yep. So
that's great.
Let's hear. So in addition, they're also opening up a restaurant there, which they're also going to be serving alcohol. They're getting an alcohol license.
Yeah.
So there you go. You can legally drink and drive. Yep, that's going to be me when I slam into another guy and I break his spine.
And then he's going to say,
"You are radically unsuccessful. You're a giant loser." Like a giant who is a loser and also a giant loser.
Because, when you go out drinking and driving, it really sounds like you're saying this.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are all domestic terrorists.
I fucking love that.
I have to do it once.
I love that quote so much. It's just out of nowhere.
It's great.
But yep, so they're gonna have a restaurant. They're thinking about having a putt-putt golf course. In addition to possibly a laser tag, as well as a trampoline park, possibly. And I am very happy and very excited. Oh, yeah, I forgot. They're planning to at least get the go-kart stuff open by 2023 before Cherry Fest, which is very ambitious.
Oh, yeah.
I am very excited for this, mainly because it's going to kick Lucky Jacks right in the ass, and it's going to tell them, hey, you guys need to get some new fucking arcade games or something. They still have their laser tag down. They still have their laser tag and their bumper cars down. They have not gotten that back up. So...
yeah, dude, that family has like a monopoly on arcades in Traverse.
Well, they also have Incredible Mo's, too.
Well, that's in the same family.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, I learned about it when I worked. I won't say where I worked, but I worked at one of those places, and I learned about like the whole family history. Like the current owners, like their grandfather started one of them, and then like one of them. I think the one that I worked at was like a spinoff. Like the guy was like, "Fuck you guys, I'm starting my own thing." But yeah, it's all the same family.
Interesting. Yeah. So that'll be great to put a lot of pressure on them. And I actually talked to I talked to the guys at Lucky Jack. So I was like, hey, you should get one of these dance game cabinets because it's the only thing in the area. That's also another thing I will tell him. It is the only thing within a 100-mile radius for dance game cabinets. The closest thing is in Gaylord. The Gaylord Bowling Center has a dying DDR Extreme cab, and that's it. So if they have this up, they're going to get a shit ton of business, or, they're going to get a bunch of business from it. In addition, they're also going to...
It grows the economy.
It does. It grows the economy.
Benefits everybody. Hurts nobody.
You're damn right. And the great thing, if they get a Pump It Up cabinet, so the Pump It Up cabinets, they have the card scanners because to save all your progress on. That's another thing that they can sell to people is they can sell those Pump It Up cards.
Yeah, it grows the economy.
Benefits
everybody.
And it benefits everybody. And it hurts nobody. You're right. Wow. You're so good, Alex. I think you should become a politician.
And when I am president, the new arcade in Traverse City will have DDR or Pump It Up.
Preferably Pump It Up.
Preferably Pump It Up.
Actually, no. Not just Pump It Up. Both. Have both.
Yeah. Yeah, when I am president, both.
Both is good.
I'm gonna come.
I didn't mean to push that one, but I think it fits.
That's gonna be me if I see a Pump It Up arcade cabinet near us.
Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure.
The only issue is I'm gonna be fucking broke if they open one. Because I watched like a Pump It Up documentary about this guy who lived in Korea, and of course there's Pump It Up arcades everywhere because Pump It Up is a Korean game initially. But I think he played it for like a year and a half. And he spent about $1,000 on that game.
Jeez.
So, yeah. So I'm, if they don't get any sort of Pump It Up cabinet or anything, or Step Maniacs cabinet, I'll say the arcade, hey, there's nothing here. There's nothing here. You guys, you guys would be, a great candidate for it since, blah 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 blah. If I don't see anything in a year, guess where I'm going to? I'm going to Lucky Jack's and said, hey, you guys are starting to lose business, right? I know how to get that back for you.
Yeah.
Just manipulate the market.
Yeah, it's not a threat, it's a promise.
It's not a threat, it's a promise. And before the announcement of this arcade, I shit you not, I was actually thinking about doing some sort of business schooling, getting a loan, and opening up my own arcade. Just so we could have these rhythm games and stuff like this in the area.
Yeah, someone's got to do it.
Someone's got to do it. But yeah, we'll see how the other arcades do first.
Yeah, we'll scope out the scene.
We'll scope out the situation. I'm hoping that there will at least be a Pump It Up cabinet within a year. So.
Yeah, so you got 1 year. You got 1 year, buddy.
Guys. The 3 arcades around us, you got 1 year. Also, so did I ever tell you what happened to the coin slot?
Was that an arcade in Traverse? Wasn't it like in downtown?
Yeah, it was near downtown. It's still around. It's not really much of an arcade now. It's mainly pinball. And there's like, at least when I went, this was, I don't know, about 7 months ago or so. When I went, there was maybe like 6 or 7 arcade machines. The rest were pinball.
And yeah, that's how the arcade around here is.
Yeah, I went in, I looked around, I was like, that's disappointing, and then I walked out.
Yeah, pinball's fun, but does it need to be half the machines here?
Exactly. In addition, pinball machines are so hard to maintain.
Yeah. Although I do like... I like looking at them. Okay, I like the ones with the little sets in them.
Yeah, I will say I'm not throwing shade towards towards pinball machines. Pinball machines are cool. I just personally think, just because I'm a fucking nerd, I personally think that arcade cabinets are cooler. And I just thought of something. So you know how you mentioned, arcade machines are really expensive.
Mm-hmm.
You know what kind of hardware they're running for these arcade machines?
Like a Raspberry Pi.
Yeah. So Pump It Up cabinets, all they are, it's a really shitty ASRock motherboard with like 2 gigs of RAM, like a GT 710, and like a Celeron.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Step Maniacs is even worse. It's literally just an Android computer, like a little Raspberry Pi Android computer.
Yeah, like a PlayStation 3 would blow them out of the water.
I mean, even a PS1 could possibly.
Yeah. I
mean, then again, there were DDR games on the PS1, so.
So yeah.
But yeah, it's ridiculous the amount of.
We need DDR with ray tracing. That's what we need.
DDR with ray tracing. Did you see that Portal with ray tracing came out?
Yeah. So is that released already?
Yeah, that came out like yesterday, 2 days ago.
Awesome. I'm gonna check that out.
It's not very good in my opinion. It's not a very good implementation of ray tracing. In addition, it hits performance way more than it should. Like I'm using a Ryzen 5 5600X and a 3080 with 24 gigs of RAM, and I'm playing at 1440p, and I'm getting like 60 to like 50, like 30 FPS.
Yeah, for Portal of all games.
For Portal 1. Yeah, of all games.
Not even Portal 2.
Yeah.
Portal 1, which came out like over a decade ago, right?
I think so.
I mean, Portal 2, I think, came out a decade ago.
Let me check here. Portal 1 came out in 2007.
Yeah.
Portal 2 came. Oh my god, it is a decade old. Portal 2 is a decade old.
Yeah, I know Portal 2 was 2012. I didn't realize Portal was 2007. Yeah, ray tracing for Portal should not. Like, if you can play Fortnite with ray tracing at a decent frame rate, Portal of all games should hold up. Like, it just
looks
Minecraft
like people have already
is the same way, where it hits performance way harder than I think it should. I mean, maybe they've updated it since I've played it, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. It looks like people have already been porting this custom version over to other games. Looks like Half-Life 2 and SWAT 4 have been ported with cool. RTX.
That's cool. Good for them. Anyway, do you have any more on the arcade before we get to recommendations of the week?
I don't think so. I hope that they listen to the community, because I mean, another thing, really quick, another thing that they can do is they can do live streams. They can do like Pump It Up Tournament or Step Maniacs Tournament live streams. It's a fantastic way to get the community involved, in addition to, getting yourself out there.
Yeah.
And it doesn't cost you anything. Streaming is completely free. I mean, people could probably even, tip and donate, and you guys would get more money.
Yeah. Yeah, just whatever you can do to, like, build your audience. Like,
yeah, I mean, like, and the community will run itself. You guys don't have to run the community. Just find a good community member to run it. I don't choose me, because I've not been around Pump It Up that long. Choose somebody who's been playing Pump It Up for a while now.
Yeah, I'll do it. I've never played it, but I'll do it. I'll run your community, sure.
You'll choose all the songs for the community.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just going to be podcast clips. It's gonna be it's gonna be a lot of this. It's gonna. Oh no! I scrolled too far. It's gonna be a lot of this.
I dreamed I saw my maternal grandmother sitting by the bank of a swimming pool, which was also a river. Her genital region was exposed.
Anyway, that's enough of that.
All I can think about now is just like playing that on pad. just dunk.
Yo, someone should map that in Beat Saber.
There's an auto mapper.
Oh, yeah, we gotta run that through it.
You just link the YouTube video, and then it auto generates the map.
That's great. That's great. We should stream that. It's great. Anyway, recommendations of the week. Add anything that you want to. But first, I'm gonna start with this. I'm gonna be at the Ann Arbor Comedy Showcase on Thursday of this week, which is the day before this episode is publicly released. So if you're not listening early on Patreon, you just missed it. If you're in the Ann Arbor area. If not, you were going to miss it anyway, okay? But yeah, that's great. I'm getting back into stand-up. It's going to be good. It's going to be awesome. I'm going to do great. And the people there, the people in the comedy scene, they're going to accept me with open arms. And they're going to be like, this guy's great. This guy, he should be our leader. He should run the community for the arcade in Traverse City. I hear they're trying to get DDR. That's what they're going to say. Anyway, my second recommendation is I'm wearing my new sweater, my crew neck sweater from LTTstore.com. It's just good. I mentioned it last episode, and I'm wearing it for this one. It's just a good sweater. Regardless of the very minimal LTT branding, like, just, take out the idea of it being YouTuber merch. It's just good clothing. And what's that?
Did you see the oh gosh, what is it? The mouse pads that they have now?
I think
Linus
you sent them to me.
Mouse pads. Yes.
Yeah, I ordered both of them. I'm waiting for them in the mail. Yeah.
Cam got the LTT screwdriver finally.
Nice.
It's a very nice screwdriver. It's very nice. Is it $70 nice? I don't know if it's that. I don't know if I would pay that much for it, but it's very nice. It's built.
Well, if you're in the kind of profession where you use a screwdriver a lot, I could see it being worth it.
Right. If you're in the profession of where you're screwing things a lot.
Yeah, like I do with your mom. So anyway, the crew neck sweater is on clearance sale.
I was waiting for the sound clip or something.
Yeah, that's what your mom said. Anyway, so they are discontinuing it at the moment. It is still available. You can still buy it on clearance sale for $24.99 as opposed to $39.99. It's just good. By the way, it has pockets if that's something that entices you. They're very, very subtle. They just kind of zip up, and the zipper is very, very well hidden. It's just good. It's just good quality clothing. And if the other stuff on their merch line is like this, then it's just a good merch line. I don't know what else to tell you. Actually, I was wearing it at work, and people were like asking about it. They were like, "Hey, where'd you get that? What is that?" And then I got to organically say, "Go to lttstore.com," and that felt like I was in a Linus Tech Tips video.
Did you?
I'm looking at what you just sent me. The mean face sequin pillow. That's
yes.
Oh, that's
amazing.
It comes in both Linus selfie and sad Linus varieties.
Yes.
You know, Haley was asking me. I'm looking at one of the pictures. Someone like gave him sunglasses and a blunt. Haley was asking me what I want for Christmas, and I think I have the answer now. My Christmas present is that I get at least one of these, and it has to go on the couch.
I told Cam, do not get me fucking anything for Christmas because we just bought a fursuit.
Yeah.
I was like, do not get me anything. That was our whole deal thing. That was our whole ordeal with oh my gosh, with Valentine's Day too. It was like, don't get me anything. We just bought a TV.
Yeah.
So
when are my mouse pads? Oh, also I got the dad hat, by the way,
with my
with the order.
Nice.
Because they were like, "Hey, do you want a free whatever?" And one of the options was the dad hat. The other option was like stickers or something. So I was like, "Okay, obviously I'm gonna take
why would
the
you
hat."
not get the hat? Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say the LTT desk pad is very nice. It is awesome. It's a really good desk pad.
I've heard exclusively good things about it.
Yes. It's so good that I was able to convince my boss to get me one at work.
Nice.
In addition, so yeah, also something really cool. My boss is awesome. I also love the place that I work at. Fantastic place. I'm not going to name it just for my sake. So we have a new employee coming on, and I was like, and we had to set up her desk or whatever. And we didn't have any extra monitors, so I was like, hey boss, because he wanted me to go out and grab 2 monitors. So I was like, hey boss, we have these, here are 2 monitors on sale on at Best Buy for for $80 each. And he was like, oh, that's not bad. And I said, in addition, there's also, another thing that we could do instead is, I can just get like an ultra wide monitor, and then you could take my 2 monitors and we can reuse them. And he was like, no, just get the ultra wide.
Yeah.
So I now have an LG ultra wide monitor at work.
Nice.
So
that's awesome.
it's I think it's like 25. I sent the details to Cam. Let me see here. Also, we need to have Cam back on the podcast again.
Yeah.
It's been a while. So the resolution is 2560 by 1080. It has HDR, FreeSync, and it's 100 hertz for $300.
Not bad.
That's not a bad price. And it's an LG too, so it's a reputable brand.
That's awesome.
Let me see if I can send a picture of it for you really quick.
Yeah,
it's,
awesome.
Like I said, it's surprisingly really nice for $300. I would get it, but I have a 1440p 144 hertz, so
yeah, it'd be a bit of a downgrade.
It would be a bit of a downgrade, but you'd also have kind of wider field of view and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I said, I was thinking about getting one, and then I was like, I do streams, and that second monitor for streams is really nice, and I kind of need that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
God damn it, where is it at here?
Yeah. Well, while you're looking for that, I'm gonna just quickly get to my next recommendation. I talked like, oh, that's cool. That looks cool. Yeah, so I talked a little while ago about how I got a few Marvel print subscriptions. They're like mail order subscriptions for a few current series. And one of them was The Amazing Spider-Man, and I just got my first issue in the mail last week. And it took like a little over 2 weeks between the day it shipped and the day I received it. So, you know, you're getting the current issues a little bit late, but you do get it's usually 12 issue subscriptions, unless it's like a limited series, then it's just a subscription for whatever number of issues are in the series. But it's a 12 issue subscription, which normally comes out to like a little under $50, and you can get it for like $28. So that's the real like advantage that you're getting with it, along with not having to like go out and, you know, buy them like at a store. If you know, it's especially good if you don't have a comic book store around you, or it's like a long drive. Like, you know, before I moved, like, you know, I would have to drive like 40 minutes to get to the closest comic book store. So, you know, that's an advantage. But yeah, it's just a lot cheaper. It's like a 40% discount per issue. So it's just good cost wise. And I was kind of worried because I had heard bad things about it, like people getting issues like damaged in the mail, because they're not really that, you know, sturdily packaged. Like it's just kind of like there's like a sort of like a cardboard, like a cardstock thing in it with like the shipping information, and then the comic, it's just kind of wrapped in, you know, thin plastic. So I could see it getting, you know, like if you have like if your mail carriers like regularly fuck up mail and like manhandle it to all hell, like yeah, maybe you know, your mileage may vary, but from my experience with the one issue that I've received so far, it's decent. It's a good way to save money if you are into comics. So that's all she wrote. But yeah, my next thing is Rick and Morty season 6. The final episode just aired yesterday as of recording, and it was a good season, I think. It's not much to say about it. I think the episodes were overall pretty good. I thought the one about Morty becoming king of the sun or whatever was a little weak in comparison. I liked it a little less than the others, but it's a good season, I think. They developed the lore a lot. Basically, if you're into Rick and Morty, the new season is good. I like it. It's only on the Adult Swim app at the moment, as far as I know, and you have to log in with a cable subscription to be able to watch it on demand. But like, I just log in with my mom's Dish account. So, you know, if your parents have cable still, you can watch it for free. The ads are a little intrusive. Okay, it is basically cable over the internet. So you're going to have like 3-minute ad breaks. But
yuck.
Yeah, it's for being the one way to watch it. It's still worth it, I guess. And it looks like the only thing you have written down is the round 1 arcade and the Pump It Up game.
Yes.
So yeah, to reiterate, play it.
Yes, play it. Play Pump It Up. It's, like I said, it's not nearly as popular as DDR. You'll probably be intimidated by the one guy going absolutely crazy on the cabinet. But trust me, we want more people to play. We want more people to play, you know, even if you're not going to play competitively, it's good exercise. It's a good way to exercise.
Yeah, it might be intimidating. It might seem like people will say this to you.
You are radically unsuccessful. You're a giant loser. Like a giant who is a loser and also a giant loser.
But their reaction to a new person playing will be this.
Yeah, exactly. Or, yeah, for sure. When I was at MFF, I never like full comboed a song, you know, and Pump It Up or whatever. And it was a pretty easy song. It was Death Moon, which is a good song. But it was pretty easy, level 6. But like, you know, after I got off, you know, nobody was really caring about scores or anything. But I FC'd it, and I was like, oh shit, that was my first FC, and everybody was just awesome. Like, yeah,
that's great.
And they're all giving me high fives and shit. It was really cool.
Yeah, dude, some of the people that play it have like crazy high skill levels, and it almost feels like when they were setting up the machine, they said this.
Call a crackhead.
To come play the game.
that's how I feel with some of these people that play the game. Oh, I got to show you something hilarious. So, some of the some of the charts are co-op and stuff. So this was one of them. I don't remember the song name. But somebody got a recording of them doing a co-op chart on Twitter.
All right, I'm gonna look at this. I'm not gonna play it with sound for copyright reasons, but
you can
great.
barely hear the song.
All right. I'll turn the sound on for a second. Just
22.
Okay, that's great. I don't need it anymore. That's great. They're like walking around the thing, and they're like taking turns, like pushing the buttons with their feet and stuff. It's great. Awesome. I love this community. Anyway, pump it up, or else.
Yes.
That's great. Anyway, I think that's the show.
Actually, one really quick thing. Very good news. Biden is signing or has just signed the Respect for Marriage Act into law.
Yeah, hold on. I wasn't on the page, but yeah, that's my reaction.
Yeah. Oh, one more thing. I'm sorry. So Spotify put out like some stats or whatever for like the past week or whatever. The Sonic Frontiers soundtrack is Spotify charts. Top album debuts in the US from September 9th to September 11th. Sonic Frontiers original soundtrack Stillness in Motion is number 6 out of the debut albums that have come out.
Nice. Was it more successful than this?
Well, I mean, it's not on there, so I would say yes.
That's awesome. Good for them. Good for Joe Biden for doing the bare minimum and signing a law that says, hey, just don't discriminate. Like it's somehow the most lukewarm, basic ass, minimal protections. And still, Mitch McConnell was like, I want to be racist. I want to be homophobic. I want to be racist towards interracial marriages, despite being in an interracial marriage. maybe he just like hasn't put on his glasses. Maybe someday he's gonna put on his glasses and he's gonna be like, "It's an Oriental. What is it doing in my house?" That's him saying it. That's not me. That's Mitch McConnell saying it. Okay. What a demon. Anyway,
yeah.
I think that's the show.
One more thing. I apologize. We're adding one more thing and one more thing and one more thing. So at MFF or at BLFC next year, I am going to get stickers printed out, and this is what it's gonna be. It's gonna be that, but instead of the baby, it's gonna be Ruby the Fox, all distorted.
Oh no.
In addition, so the really cool thing about all these furrycons, they have this thing called FurCon AI. They have this really cool thing called FurCon AI.
Someone made a transparent version of the face. That's great.
Good. That'll make it a lot easier. FurCon AI. What it does is it basically it takes a picture and then it tries to analyze what it is. What everything is, and due to all of the colorful suits and such, it is just primarily just I am a toy shop.
Nice.
And there we go. Second picture, like first time or like second appearance of me in suit is me dabbing in the fursuit.
Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make that picture of the fucked up face the thumbnail for this.
Thank you. We also had a guy running around in an inflatable Among Us costume.
Yo, it's Amogus.
In addition,
he's trying to enter a doorway.
In addition, Saber Spark was at the furry convention.
Nice. Someone's playing a recorder around him.
Yes.
That's great.
In addition,
we made it through the doorway.
Yep. In addition, at the FurryCon, there was also a giant raid of dinosaurs, like inflatable dinosaurs.
Nice.
My friend Kyle, he said that there was 20. I think there was 24 of them that invaded.
That's pretty awesome. What a great event. That's great. Anyway, I think that's the show.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for listening to another episode of Bold of You to Say. If you liked it, then like it. If you subscribed, then subscribe. And if you comment, it better be nice. Leave us a review on Podchaser. That's like an IMDb type site for podcasts. Leave us a review on Spotify, on Apple, on fucking whatever. Leave us a loan. Leave us a small loan of $1 million. Follow me on social media. Don't follow Gavin, but don't worry about it because he's not here. Follow Jake on social media. Follow him on Twitter, on Twitch, on whatever else is linked in the description.
Life.
Follow him in a dark alley with a knife.
You'll get a 9mm straight to your head.
Yeah. Yeah. No, don't do it. It's not worth it. Share the show with a friend. Tweet our episodes. Tweet our clips. Play the show out loud at work. Fuck it, why not? Install this episode as a song on a DDR machine. Map it to Beat Saber. Do all of that. And subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. Turn on notifications. Turn on automatic downloads. Let's get the hell out of here.